What is the one thing in your life that you cannot let go of? Not because it's good for you, not because it makes sense, but because somewhere along the way it stopped being a goal and became something closer to an identity. That question is 170 years old, and Herman Melville put it inside a story about a well. The Moby-Dick is not really a story about well. It's a story about what happens when one man's obsession becomes larger than the ocean itself. And it's asking you something. How far would you go in chasing the one thing you cannot let go of? Published in 1851, the Moby-Dick follows a young sailor named Ishmael who boards a whaling ship called Pequod. His plan is simple: see the ocean, earn some money, escape routine. But the captain of the ship, the imposing Captain Ahab, has only one plan: hunt a single white whale. Not for profit, not for glory, for revenge. Herman Melville himself spent years at sea, and you can feel it in every chapter. The creaking wood, the unpredictable weather, the beauty and the terror of the open ocean. Everything feels astonishingly real. But beneath the adventure lies something much deeper. This is not a novel about sailing, it's a novel about being human. Here is what surprises most readers about this book. It constantly changes shape. Sometimes it's an adventure, sometimes philosophy, sometimes almost poetry. Melville frequently pauses the story entirely to reflect on wells, navigation, religion, and the lives of the sailors. If you are expecting a fast-paced thriller, you may be surprised. But if you allow the book to slow you down, something remarkable happens. You stop reading for the destination. You start reading for the journey. And gradually you realize the whale is not the only thing being explored. The human mind is. Every member of the Pequod carries a different worldview about the same ship, different beliefs, different fears, different ideas about the fate. Floating together on the same ocean, they become a meditation on life itself. The greatest strength of this novel is that the white whale never settles into a single meaning. For Ahab, it is a revenge. For the reader, it can become almost anything: an impossible dream, a painful memory, unfair injustice, or that one thing you have convinced yourself will finally make everything right in your life. Every generation have its own white whale. Some of us chase success, some chase recognition, some chase the people who have already left. The object changes, the obsession remains the same. Melville never gives you an answer. He simply asks, "What is your white whale?" One lesson stayed with me long after I have finished. Obsession has an extraordinary ability to disguise itself as purpose. Determination and obsession look almost identical at first. Both demand commitment. Both require sacrifice. But one helps you grow, while the other slowly begins to consume you. And the most unsettling thing about Ahab is that he does not sound like a madman. He sounds like someone who has been genuinely wronged and is simply refusing to accept it. And that's the trap Melville sets. Because most of us have felt exactly that way. The ocean in this novel becomes a character too. It does not care about human ambitions. It does not reward good intentions. It does not punish the bad ones. It simply exists. And there is something strangely humbling about that. Reading the Moby-Dick was not always easy. There were chapters where I moved slowly, wondering why Mr. Melville had wandered away from the story so much. But somewhere along the way, I stopped resisting that pace. And I think that's exactly how this book is meant to be read. Not as something to finish, as something to experience. Some books ask us to race. This one invites us to drift, to pause, to observe, to think. And perhaps that's why it has survived nearly 2 centuries. Not because it gives us answers, but because it keeps asking questions that never seems to grow old. If you have never read the Moby-Dick, don't go in expecting only adventure. Go in expecting a conversation, one that begins with a whale and gradually becomes a conversation about yourself. The whale never changes, only the people looking at it do. And the real question this book leaves you with is not really about whale, it's about what you are willing to sacrifice in the chase. And with that, me Nikhil, signing off. I will meet you again soon with another book, another quiet conversation, and another cup of coffee. Until then, take care of yourself. If you get some value from this video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Share this video with a fellow reader and keep turning the page. I thank you very much for your time.